Vegas Raiders and the Cleveland Browns. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Redding will swing that out wide to Jacobs. He's got room past the 30 and way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Now left side on the swing pass. Room here to run. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
On first down, Redding. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll look to throw again. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 33 yards that time. Here's Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against the defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Back to throw again. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
From the 5, 3rd and goal. Running here with White. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Well, it's awfully tempting to go for this, isn't it?
It certainly is, and there's a big part of me that says let's go ahead and do it because they've got momentum. It's been a nice drive to start the game, but from this distance, the odds aren't with them at all. Take the 3 points, feel good about that, come back, get the touchdown on your next drive.
Yeah, and you're on the road, so snag the lead while you can. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A handoff as they run the counter play. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down. The Browns at 7-5 now on the year. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward. And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Here's Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. York able to send this one through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Jacobs going to try the middle. Runs over it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll work down inside the 45.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Redding. Blitz coming, and down he goes. CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. So close to an NFL record, but denied by the crossbar.
And you have to feel bad for him, don't you? He squeezed every last inch out of that kick. Oh, I thought he had it, but you said it. He's denied by the cruel sound of the metal crossbar.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Watson, off play action. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have moved out in front. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Takes it at the 7. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Just a lone field goal for him so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They run straight ahead here with White. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They're going to run the jet sweep on third down. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. The Browns drive about to get started.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now Watson.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll try to run this one in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Now they send a man in motion right. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. A great effort there.
His 16th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is now 17-3.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote a little Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive.
The football comes out. Jacobs lost it, and this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
The final shot before the break. Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
York able to send this one through.
And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. And he fires one incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 64 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Jacobs. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Redding. And that will be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
On 4th down, Redding able to find Walter. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. On 1st down, it's Watson. And the Raiders have got him.
Aaron Donald has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Throwing on second and long. Watson to the right side. He's got Cooper. It's complete.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From the 6. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing on first down. Redding, same target. It's Jacobs again. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. To throw on second down. Redding. And the pass complete to Waller on the out route. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Again, he'll drop to throw. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 30-yard line. Looking to throw. Redding. And this one is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Redding. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Redding. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this Browns defense stands tall. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. From just shy of midfield, Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st down, they'll go to the... And a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally cough it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that, going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Following the fumble recovery, Redding going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that when he's fortunate. It was just incomplete and not intercepted.
On second down, Jacobs. And he stopped immediately there. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Operating from the gun, Redding. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the fourth, they got to be careful.
They definitely do because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
Nate Hobbs there to bring him down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for Cleveland. 73 yards. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs...
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to get the football back at their own 17.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. His zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect it. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use it. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 4 on the carry there, and 2nd and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. One final shot. They'll look to throw. That's taken in by Duvernay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. Well, if you step back and look at this, CD, a pretty impressive victory. Not the best defense in the NFL they were going against, but it is a top 10 defense in this league, and they're pretty sound, but yet they found a way to get it done and get the victory.
Yeah, I got to give them credit.